Hey, Dupree. Or what are you? Oh, you're another story thing. Ah. The school's sports shed is unlocked, so you bed down on the piled football pads. You're soon woken by a teacher dragging in a bag of dirty baseball bases. Don't mind me, he laughs. Just be gone by morning, okay? You keep your promise and get a full night's sleep in comfort. Nice. Oh god, there's another one of you. How many of you are there gonna be? I mean, I'm not complaining, but god, that's a lot of you. The kindly old man sharing the shade under the bridge. History of this place in Indian times. He launches into a story about the killer pigeons. And this one, you know, it's the story of the pigeon keeper. Yep. Alright, so he is a killer pigeons on a pigeon keeper. Oh god, there's another one of you. Ah. You know what? I'm not complaining about this at all, though, because I like having my stories be upgraded. After gossiping for a while about the weather and the crops and the state of the world, all bad and getting worse, he takes a different tack. You look like someone who likes a good story, he wheezes. Try this one on for size. I'm listening. After loudly and repeatedly clearing his throat, he tells you the story of the lighthouse lamp, which would only burn in the presence of true love. It sounds a lot like the story of the Blessed Lighthouse Sanctuary, where souls in love could find respite, but with some parts changed and other parts added. Listen to the tale. When he grins up at you at the conclusion of the tale, you give him the effusive praise he's apparently expecting. You'll have to remember that version, even if it's not quite what happened. It's a good story. Oh, that one's fully... Okay, so that one is fully used... That one is fully awakened now, so I have to be careful. So that's, like, perfect. I don't think I've told that one recently either, so... Alright, Dupree, do you have... No! God damn it, there's another one! What's that? Oh, it's one for opening up that... Hear a story. A tiny motor mouth is eagerly sharing the details of a strange tale with her brother as they loiter outside the store. The boy listens raptly, eyes growing larger, mouth hanging open like a fish. She's telling him about the fisherman and his fish calling seagulls. You try to hide your surprise. It's the story of the seagulls and the fisherman. The version the girl will have is embellished, to say the least, but hey, it's a good story. Awesome. And there's another one. Oh god. I've told a lot of stories, so this is just going to be me ping-ponging between these two locations for a little bit. Sorry, Dupree. Oh god. Oh god, he looks like a zombie. These men lean against the wall of the hardware store, smoking and chatting. They wave you over. You heard this one before? They launch into a group recitation of the workers who sing and pick cotton without pausing, day and night, interrupting one another in their excitement to tell it. Wait a second. You recognize the story. It's the story about the dreams in the cotton field at night. Someone's added to it in the meantime, though. What do you think? Asked one of the men, eyes bright. You think that really happened? Of course. Well, I'm not sure myself, he replies, but damn, it sounds good. Alright, you got another one over there? Yes, I do. Man, I am just getting all these stories done, and it's kind of awesome. Is it increasing my story count, too? No, it's not. Okay, so there's over 200 stories, and they all evolve to a point. That's interesting. Soup line. After a while, she starts telling you about the apple orchard planter who planted 10,000 trees. You recognize it as the story of John Chapman, his orchard, and his dog. Yep, because he's going to turn into Johnny Appleseed. Because he's always... I'm just ping-ponging between these two. Not the most entertaining, but at least you're getting a bunch of these different ones. The man can barely wait to get through the pleasantries before asking if you've heard this story. 110% true, he says. I heard it from my nephew, and it happened to someone he knows well. Well, sure. The man launches into his telling. It's polished. He's obviously done this many times before. He tells you the story of two brothers who wandered seeking one another for 50 years. You recognize the bones of it from your experience of the two brothers who reconnected after 30 years. Been embellished in the interim, though. Yeah, no shit. Afterwards, you thank the man and move onwards. You have to remember that version. Even if it's not quite what happened, it's a good story. Alright, that one's good. Okay, I'm gonna do this a couple more times, and then I really need to start moving on. Oh, it's the same guy. He just moved to the other side of town. Let's see. The story of Casey Jones, the fastest railroader in America. You recognize the bones of it from your experience of Casey Jones, the theatrical railroader. Nice. Very good. Oh. Did I do it? Are they all finally gone? Oh, praise the Lord. Alright. So, that one... All of these kind of have, like, stuff they can tell, but I want to be telling ones where the eyes are still fully closed. Because those are the ones that are gonna be, like, spreading around, that aren't spreading around yet. So, yeah, so I want to get the man on the beach, seance, all three of these. The mysterious woman, creepy mill. Do I have another one? No, I don't. Okay. Let's see. I don't have any for the sun. I really need to get some of those. The strange street. Okay. Alright, Dupree. Nice to meet you again. You're the first person I've met a second time.
Honestly, I'm surprised to see you again, sweetheart.
I mean, you only moved a little bit upstate. I kind of technically could just have to come this way to see you.
Come back for more of my slick and sideways stories? Did they shock you? I don't live no straight and happy life. But I can tell you more about the money I've won and the dangerous kissing I've done, sure. All those edges I've walked on. Settle down here. Sit as close as you dare. We'll talk. Hey, got any exciting stories? Like the movies?
Wait, did I get her eye open at some point? I don't remember that. Fisherman is fish calling seagulls. The man on the beach. Let's go.
Sounds like you're trying to sell me something with a sad tale. If you want to do that, honey, you gotta make it seem real. Tomorrow's the great gamble. There's a light out there on the horizon. A glow of something golden. There ain't something for all of us out there. But there's that hope. I can tell you're looking for it too. You know, if you stop to look down, there might not be anything below your feet. But you're still moving forward. Hey, got any exciting stories? Like
the movies? Let's see. Two Brothers, the story of the creepy mill near Richmond, the pig farmers down by St. Petersburg.
Sweetheart, did I say I wanted to hear some... I thought about starting one once. Maybe just a one-night stand with one of the handsome ones, you know? One of the ones that wins or buys the brandy or who tells you could come straight out of that hopper painting and they are so gentlemanly like that. And I could just never tell them what happened to my belly and have my own family. Me and my little one, and we'd gamble together and stake the world.
Okay.
Hey, got any
exciting stories like in the movies? Gotta need the story of the killer pigeons. Tell the story of the lighthouse lamp. Nah. Let's see. The story of the mysterious woman with a letter delivered by Jacksonville. Not very far from where we are, actually.
Sweetheart, did I say
nope.
A long time ago I left that little hole I grew up in and started to make my home wherever I was? I don't regret it. I took a pack of cards and hopped on a cargo train, and when it stopped by someone interesting, I'd let them take me to where the law can't see. And you know what's home in this here country? People. No one loves harder and tries harder than these countrymen. And at night when the grasshopper's squeaking, I think they singing something patriotic about trying luck and failing and trying again. Got any stories with ghosts or murderers or blood?
Ghosts, murderers, or blood? The tree with bottles on its branches near Tallahassee.
Sweetheart, I used to think it was adventure, you know? Conversations, curiosity that made me road trip casino to backroom across these United States, but it's the thrill. God, yes. Gosh, the suckers. I love to watch suckers lose. You know, you'd love it too if you came and saw that burning pit in their stomach. It's the want, you see? It's beautiful.
I shall take your word for it. I myself am not much of a gambler. The last time I gambled, I ended up selling my soul to a wolfman.
Hey, got any exciting stories? Like...
let's see. Devil Leads. Strange Street Lost in Time in Washington, D.C.
Sounds like you're trying to sell me something with a sad tale. If you want to do that, honey, you gotta make it seem real. Maybe in the end, it's the not trusting yourself to trust others that makes me feel hollow. Last night, I lay back and look at the stars on top of a beat automobile, cigar between thumb and finger charmed from some hotel lobby shiny-faced financier, and I think all I got from that person was this trinket. This goddamn trinket. And they got to go to a warm home and a smile and maybe a little one, blonde hair, plush little eyelashes. But me? I'm a worthless woman. No one admires no cunning. I'm just a manipulative harpy, a heartless Valkyrie with them lips and hands. Lord, if only my thrills were damn humility. Next time, why don't we spend some time with bourbon and 5-card stud? You bring the bourbon, of course. And when the moon's fuller, I might let you in on some secrets on life. Have you any?
Alright, bye, Dupree. Wait, I have chapter 2 open? When did that happen? When did that happen? I didn't realize... Wait, I didn't realize I'd gotten that far into her story arc. What? I am honestly surprised about that. Wait, why is this guy... Wait, why are their eyes open? What? I'm confused now. Because I was specifically aiming to make sure that they didn't get that. Alright, well, let's gather some of these better off heard stories. A long black car growls up in front of the hotel. Out steps a woman in an extravagant hat and coat, followed by a whole crowd of hangers-on. Is she a singer? An actress? You don't recognize her face, but to your surprise, you recognize the story she's telling. In a sharp transatlantic accent, she tells everyone in her party a story about the street in Washington, D.C., lost for 100 years. It's clearly the story of the strange street lost in time in Washington, D.C., but changed in a few entertaining ways. Let's keep listening in. Isn't that something? She asks. Her various followers agree. She pays the driver of the limousine and sweeps it into the hotel like a thunderstorm of red velvet. Someone should do a picture about it, you hear her exclaim. Yes, because she's doing this in Jacksonville, Florida. Because that makes sense. Hear a story. This farmer is loitering beside a couple crates of berries, idly watching the clouds go by. Waiting for the pickup, he says, trying to make small talk. Hey, you want to hear a story? A wild story? Absolutely. He starts telling you about the pig farmers haunted by Meemaw. It takes a couple minutes, but suddenly he recognizes the story about the family of pig farmers. Whoever told it to the farmer changed, well, a lot, but it's still pretty good. Where'd you hear that story? Oh, I can't remember, he said. I think I've known it for years, since I was a boy, but sure, for sure. That can't be right. That story happened to me. Bullshit, his laughter rings down the dusty road. You're a good joker, I'll give you that. Right. Did you turn? Yes, you did. Ugh. This is kind of funny, honestly, that I'm ping-ponging back between these two. I'm supposed to be across the U.S., but I just keep coming back to fucking Jacksonville. Okay, it's this lady. She starts telling you about the French spies seeking delivery of coded messages. You recognize it as the story about the mysterious woman with the letter delivery, but more outrageous. Yep. And back over here. Hear a story. This guy. They want you to do a group recitation of the man who swam into the ocean to escape his troubles, interrupting one another. Recognizes the story of the man on the beach in Miami despairing about the future. +2? What? What is that +2? Is that a typo or what? I'm confused. What do you think? Sure. Damn, it sounds wild. What? I'm confused about that. Hear a story. There we go. They launched a group recitation of the vulgar ghost trapped in the bottle, interrupting one another in their excitement to tell it. Story of the tree with bottles on its branches. No way. His sister said, it's possible you too skeptically know, he laughs. Yep. Yay! I did it! I escaped Jacksonville! Oh, thank God. Thank God I escaped Jacksonville, finally. Now I'm gonna head into Georgia. God, that took forever to get out of Jacksonville. Now let's head towards Savannah, Georgia. So unless I have somewhere I really want to go or just no actual true direction, I should try to avoid the hitchhiking and the trains and stuff.
He sings as he works, his voice warm and soft as the late afternoon sun. The air's sweet with the tang of recently cut sugar cane. There's a practiced, almost soothing precision to the way he works. He looks up and nods hello.
Greet the man.
Making molasses, he says to your unasked question. I sell the blackstripe in town. Farmers use it for feed. Bitter as hell. He grins.
Ask to try some.
Got some set aside. He comes back with a murky flask, waving off any offer of payment. I ain't charging. Folks around here need what they can get. Makes a mean loaf of bread. He nods at the barrels. I'm about done filtering. Got to boil it next. Lend a hand?
Happy to help.
You help him haul the barrels over to the metal boiler. You pour in the juice and set the fire. It's hot work. He fetches water and dark bread, and you share the small meal and a smile. It's good to find another who takes joy in honest labor.
Good on you, man. Good on you.
The blistering sun has scared even birds into the shade. But a middle-aged woman and a young couple are still collecting scraps of cotton that the machinery missed. With a ragged voice, the older woman calls to you. Got any water?
I don't want to do this, but I need pentagram ones. Not enough to share.
The young man stands up and calls out.
Wait, I'll pay.
He chases you up the road, shows you a few pennies.
No.
You shake your head and hurry up the road. John, you idiot, his mother shouts. John gives a bellow of frustration. Glancing back over your shoulder, you see the glint of sun on copper as he hurls those pennies into the field.
Okay, the thirsty cotton pickers. I feel bad about that, but I think I needed some. Oh no, I didn't. Or I did technically, but I feel bad. All right, let's try to get stories up and running. So we had the molasses guy, the farmers with lemonade. I don't want to priest tale, but the seance in Jacksonville. Do I have one that's not already being told? The sugarcane cutters and the grave robber. The boy and his dog. Creepy mill near Richmond. Yep. All these are fine still. These two. Okay. Let's meet this gentleman over here. Because I think it was a gentleman. Yeah, let's see. Jimmy. Paradise waits.
Evening there. You looking for a sermon or just a chat? Don't really matter, frankly. First thing I ever learned behind the pulpit is that every homily is just a conversation. Ain't as one-sided as you might think either. Preachers ain't shepherds, they're cowboys. They gotta run with the flock, keep them directed without fencing them in. So how about you take a seat and guide us somewhere? In some sermons, I need a story to show how hurt or grief works on a person. Have any like that?
How about the wounded soldier in the southeast?
Sorry, that kind of thing don't scare me anymore, if that's what you're going for. Death? Well, Ma died a few years after I was born. Pops used to tell me she was beautiful and that I had her eyes and her sense of conscience, but he always said it like it was an insult. Lately, my journey's been pretty ordinary, just walking church to church. What about you? Been on any adventures?
Well, that's the adventurous one. So... No, let's not take the priest tale. No, the world travelers. The farmers who gave you lemonade near Tallahassee?
Huh, that one's trying to be scary, right? Don't work on me, I guess. Dreams come true? Well, there are two sorts of dreams. Dreams you live on and dreams you live for. Heaven is as real as God, but it's a dream you live on. It gets you through the week. Promise of the afterlife is a salve for the truncheon bruises. You must have seen some pretty wild stuff on the road. What's the most exciting thing you've seen?
Let's talk about the thirsty cotton pickers.
Tearjerkers need a little more truth in them, I think. Bondage? Yeah, met my daddy's daddy once. One time is all I needed to know that some chains ain't ever coming off. Don't matter what sort of proclamation a white man in a suit makes.
Yeah, fair enough.
Anyway, tell me a tragic story. Something with true grief.
Alright, no tragedy this time. Let's talk about the sugarcane cutters blinded to the threat of death in the southeast.
Huh, that one's trying to be scary, right? Choice? Doing right? Well, it's a struggle for all of us, sure. And I do my part to help. But the golden rule ain't only about the fire and the brimstone. It's about facing your neighbor, looking them in the eye, and being judged. If you can look the neighbor you wounded in the eye and say, I don't care what I did to you, that's when you really, truly are a damned soul. I see a lot of damned souls these days. You know any story that brings a person hope? Something I can tell to my congregation?
The boy and his dog down in St. Petersburg. I'm gonna make you sad. Because fuck you, I guess.
That's how it is, huh? Well, maybe you ain't seen as much of this world as I have. Freedom? I have it now. I hear it a lot. You give the best sermons I ever heard, Brother Jimmy. Why don't you become a pastor and start your own church?
I don't know why.
Well, I like the freedom. Jesus didn't preach to the Canaanites alone after all. So no church or temple or praise house for me. My congregation is America itself. The night is over and I've got walking to do. There's a church waiting for me up the road. And after that, I'm going up this way. Where are you going? Think our paths might cross?
Going into Florida, I see.
Talk, and I think there's more I'd tell you about the preacher's life if we had longer to chat.
And we're back. Alright. Let's get this lovely hero story. The waitress at this diner is sharing an outlandish tale with one of her regulars. I heard it from my sister-in-law, she says. It happened to her daughter's friend. It's true. She notices you listening. Hey, have you heard this one before? Which one? She regales you with a story about the bushwhacker's vengeful ghost. Halfway through, you realize it's the ghost of the wounded soldier, but highly embellished. What do you think about that? The waitress explains. It's certainly an interesting tale. Sure is, she agrees, and true, every word of it. Alright, I'm gonna avoid, actually, like, just staying in one spot again. I don't want to get trapped in Jacksonville like last time. So let's go up here, grab... Oh god, this my completionist in me is going to be annoyed if I don't do it. I'm going to go back up through South and North Carolina. Going to grab those. We're going to make our way across Georgia. We're going to go up to Tennessee, make our way down through Alabama, down through here, and then just keep going. So, alright, let's just keep going towards fucking South Carolina. Okay. Try again. I'm going pretty nice and fast. Alright, so... Story is off this way, it looks like. Oh, I see it. Whoops. Alright, we're almost through South Carolina into North Carolina, and I see the next one after this.
Without warning, the dusk blue air colors with the pang of cheap tin and cotton candy. A voice beckons from an alley. Hey, little mouse. Tell me your heart's desire.
Speak.
At the first tug of noise from your lungs, that buttery voice transforms into a laugh. Not like that, baby. Come closer. Come deeper. It purrs.
If I saw that coming at me in the fucking back rooms... Oh, God. God, no. But fuck it. Let's go. You know what? Let's oblige.
Through the murk, you can almost make out a figure. Tall as a coyote's story, twice as thin on truths. It wears a broad-brimmed hat, low over glowing pinpoint eyes. There we go. Close your eyes. Close them. Come on, baby. We're almost there.
Oblige.
Kisses you. That unholy thing. Stinking of fire and caramel and rust. On the lips like it were a lover. Almost shy. Oh, baby. You should have told me someone had a prior claim. Come back when you're free and we'll try this again. You promise me now, okay?
I'm gonna run.
Your silence is received without commentary, but an impression of disappointment catches in the air. The figure recedes, melting back into the trash-littered dark, allowing you to walk away.
Yep, that was creepy. Let's move on to here. There we go. And up through this story.
You come to a car parked at the side of the road. Across the road, some children loiter. As you approach the car, their gazes make their way to you.
Hey!
One girl shouts. She waves at you, then points at the car.
Don't open the door!
Why not?
Before you can question the girl, the car's suspension groans and a shape stirs inside. A huge black dog panting on the hot seat, lips pulled back on rows of sharky teeth.
Hey!
He says, nose pressed against the glass.
Hey, you! Let me out of here!
You're a talking dog, so sure.
No! The kids scream. The dog vaults across the road. As the kids scatter into the woods, it catches one boy by the back of his overalls and gives a mighty shake. But the boy squirts out of his clothes like a ferret and slithers into the grass.
Fucking pricks!
The dog yells.
Assholes!
What the hell?
Here's a tip.
The dog says.
Don't sleep in these woods, okay?
He jumps back into the car and goes nosing through the glove box.
Oh, they took my money!
He shouts.
Oh, they took $100! Oh, damn!
What the fuck? I'm so confused by this story. Alright, what are you? Are you... You're a rest thing, it looks like? Check it out. Creature walks... Okay, pity, he reckons it... Oh, it's a donation box. Okay. I see the other story, I think. Let's grab that real quick. Moving through. grab you real quick. Come on. There we go.
You pass a meadow where migrants have made a campsite. It's been trampled to pieces. A few families are fleeing, running as fast as they can back up to the roadside. An enormous bull stretches himself beside some of their squashed supplies.
Why does the bull have a fiery crown on its head? I have so many questions. This is not as weird as the talking dog that everyone just assumed. That was also weird, but take something for yourself.
You inch close, and the bull charges. You sprint blindly through the high grass and trip hard into a sunken stream bed, dropping everything you own into the rocky shallows. The bull paces on the bank like a victorious general until you're sufficiently humbled. Then it saunters into the high grass.
The actual hell. Also, ow, I guess. I lost half my money and I lost a heart. Oh, I can like go to, a pair of dice loaded to Snake Eyes nearly every time. Interesting. So I'm guessing as you get through their stories, you can get these items, and these items will allow you to just like teleport across the map. That's okay. Okay, that's it. That's a cool mechanic. So I next want to go across because I think I'm gonna end this at Atlanta, Georgia. I did not make barely any. I didn't make a dent in this, honestly, but let's keep going because I need to go to Atlanta, and I'll finish in Atlanta where we can get some help for my injuries. South, the northeast to south. I want to start heading a little more this way, I think. Towards Charlotte. Can I cross the mountains? I cannot cross the mountains. Or can I? Oh. Kinda, I guess? What you got for me? Fascinating a while. Talks story. The story of the sugarcane farmer who took criminals from the jails and worked them in his fields until they died. Sounds like the sugarcane cutter's blinded to the threat of death. Good story. Awesome. That's the first time in this game I've gotten hurt, so cool. I want to keep going this way, I think. Yeah. There we go. Alright, what do we got here?
The girl looks at you with suspicion. The scrawny chicken just looks at you.
Did Mama send you? She wants to take Jacqueline, but I won't let her.
Jacqueline?
She bobs the chicken.
Mama says she's only good for meat now and she stopped laying, but she's my best friend.
She squeezes the bird to her chest. It bops her chin with its beak. A tall woman comes out of the house and walks toward you. Jacqueline squirms nervously.
Is that her?
The girl takes a step back.
Give me the damn bird, Nance,
The woman says. Nance gasps.
this stranger wants to buy her.
She blurts. Her eyes beg you to play along.
That's right.
The girl's face lights up. Jacqueline balks happily. Her mother looks suspicious, but takes your money.
More'n that bird was worth to us.
The girl takes your hand.
Thank you. You'll take care of her?
Until I get hungry. No, keep the bird.
You set off on your way, Jacqueline tucked under one arm. She grows increasingly restless the further you venture. Finally, her wriggling is too much. You set her down on the road. She charges back the way you came. Some friends just can't be parted.
Aw. The girl whose best friend was a chicken. Alright, but now let's make our way... Let's get to Atlanta. There it is. I can get us another story going. Then I can end it there today. Atlanta, Georgia. I'm like Rick Grimes. Oh, there's a story over there. Let's grab it real quick. Search.
The graveyard's terrain is broken and warped, as though some great worm has rustled the earth beneath it. Graves jut out at odd angles from the rolling ground. From somewhere deep among the graves, a voice rings out.
Approach.
You can't make out the words. They're made of unfamiliar vowels and clipped sounds, a language you don't speak. The voice is clear and sonorous, feminine. It sounds like a chant or a summons. You finally see her at the top of a hillock, next to a fresh grave.
Look at her.
Her straight figure makes her seem like an antique pillar, standing with her shoes in grave dirt, clad in an austere dress that seems too much like a suit of armor. Her eyes are blocked out by a dark velvet blindfold, and the cross before her is adorned with curious serpentine horns.
That can't be good. I'm closer.
Blindfolded and deafened by her song, she doesn't notice as you approach, close enough to see the detail of her face. Younger than her dress suggests. When a gust of unnatural wind blows through the cemetery, she doesn't move. But something inside you shakes.
Hey.
Her recitation comes to an end. A rustling surrounds you. Fireflies in the air, winking out and falling to the ground.
Oh god, is she the stranger from Rings of Power?
The grass turns brown beneath your feet. A bird impacts the ground near you like a missile. Something clenches inside you.
Grab your throat.
It's as if your throat has blocked up, as if your lungs have lost the strength to hold air, as if your heart is forgetting how to pump. She kneels, dirtying her dress to plant one soft, longing kiss on the dirt covering the new grave.
Oh no. Move on. I am not doing very well. I need to get something in me. That's not good. That is not good whatsoever. Atlanta, you got something for me? Alright, Atlanta. Atlanta's suffering, you can tell. Even before this depression got started, crops were failing and farms were closing. Now everyone's looking desperate. Something in here? Okay, so I need the blue plate special or the pecan pie. So, let's earn some money first. You wander the streets of the city looking for a way to make some work. Let's look for work. You're standing outside a department store that emphatically had no day work available when an exasperated woman carrying a small terrier rushes out onto the sidewalk. Here, you, she says. Won't you watch him for me? He keeps chewing the shoes and I'll only be a minute. I'll watch the dog. Thank you, she cries and heads back inside again. The terrier seems perfectly content in your arms until she returns and scoops him up, leaving him with a very generous tip. Awesome. So now, buy that pecan pie. There we go. Thank God. Go back. Floor.
You find yourself in a poker game on the 3rd floor of the Winecoff Hotel. Sometimes these things just happen.
I'll have to read the Atlanta description later.
The man with the burned face to your left, he never gave his name, growls at the smiling man seated on your right. You ain't got the stomach. I killed men for lessons in that pot. Smiler plays on and takes the hand. The burned man bares his teeth.
Deal.
This hand comes down to the burned man and Smiler. Walk away, boy, says the burned man. Smiler drops his grin. Ain't your boy, Roy. Roy's eye twitches. Smiler outplays Roy again, and a new hand comes around.
Look at your cards.
You've got an okay hand. Not a world beater, but not nothing.
Press your luck.
For a moment, you think you have it. But Smiler calls and you're outclassed. Roy's preoccupied and has to be nudged into dealing.
Play on.
You finally hit a decent hand.
Make it count.
Roy is still staring at Smiler. What'd you say your name was?
I didn't, but it's Jackson.
Jackson, repeats Roy.
I knew a Jackson once.
There's a fierce look in Roy's eye.
Let's see him.
You played it just right. You take the hand and the lion's share of the chips on the table. Smiler cusses. Roy cashes out and slips away. You play a few more rounds, but that hand practically sewed up the game.
Damn
As
straight.
you leave the hotel, you smell smoke. You cross the street and look up. Flames have engulfed the 3rd floor, where you played the game. The fire spreads hungrily. People are leaning out of windows on the floors above, but you can't see any way to help.
Uh-oh. That's not good. The fire after a poker game at the Winecoff. Yep. Sorry I beat y'all, but fair's fair. Atlanta's suffering, you can tell. Even before the Depression got started, crops were failing and farms closing. Now everyone's looking desperate. I think I did say that already. But anyway, I think that that's a very good place to chill for right now. What was that? Oh, I need some rest. Looks like. Getting tired, apparently. But can't do that right now, I don't think. So this will be where I stop for the night. This will probably be where I stop for the night. We met Dupree and we and Jimmy and managed to make our way through Georgia. So my next objective, I think, should be... There's like nothing in Missouri. Oh my god, that's kind of funny. I mean, obviously St. Louis, and there's going to be something in St. Louis, but it's kind of funny to me that there's like nothing in Missouri. We got this guy here, this person here up in Tennessee, so I think I'm going to head up to Tennessee next. Then I can head south through Alabama, cross Mississippi, then maybe go down through Louisiana, Texas, maybe. Huh. We'll have to see how it. We'll have to see. Oh my God, there's so many stories left. God, there's so much of this game.